today I wanted to talk a little bit about motivation. Motivation. And because that is a very important notion, a very important thing to understand what it represents and how people continue to have it. And some people, maybe just come and go, and also that some people may not find the energy to want to do something. So long time ago, when I heard somebody talking about motivation, they said first you got to take apart the word motivation. So they said, well, motive, you got to have a motive, right? You got to have a reason. So a reason of why you want to engage something. So without that reason, then maybe just like a ship, sailing in the ocean, wherever the wind goes, you're going to follow. So if something is trendy, you're going to do it because the wind is blowing you that way. Maybe it's not something you may be interested in truly, but that's where the wind blows. And sometimes it's okay because you're still getting something out of it, but it's not something that maybe you understand why you're doing it. So if there's what I call personal reasons of why you want to do something, then you're more likely to stick to it. You're more likely to have a schedule. You're more likely to read on it. You're more likely to ask questions, and you want to develop it. So reasons are very important. And once you have those reasons of why you want to learn something like IST, then you take regular action. So the word action is, a part of the word motivation. When you take apart that second word, it has the word action in there in some different ways. So the action is something that you do regularly and becomes, you want to be routine. And something that's routine, then you're not going to think about it and struggle through it. I mean, think about it. How many of you struggle through brushing your teeth every morning? Imagine every morning you got to brush your teeth and you don't want to do it. Well, that probably happens to some people, but I'm saying in general, most people brush their teeth every morning because they know that it's a routine. And it becomes, subliminal in their mind that they know they got to do it. Take, for example, eating. People are going to eat 3 times a day for the most part, right? Even though they may not be hungry. Oh, it's lunchtime. So they're going to eat. So those are things that are done by nature, done by routine, by habits. Training is the same thing. If you can get to a mindset, if you can get to a routine of training, then you're just going to do it regularly. And it becomes part of your schedule every week, just like brushing your teeth, just like having 3 meals a day. And every time you do it, you know that you have reasons of why you need to do it. You hear, a lot about people talking about, and they say it, health is your greatest asset, right? Yeah, it's okay to understand that. It's okay to talk about it. But are you backing it up by action? Are you doing this? Are you doing it regularly? Are you really giving it a certain value that is very important to you, right? So last night, we finished training almost 10 o'clock. And then I mentioned to some of the classmates, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. I don't know if you can get up. It's kind of late, right? We're going home kind of late now. So once you know something is on schedule, it doesn't matter on what the schedule is. You just know that it's something you want to engage in, and you're going to find the time to do it because you already made it important to why you need to do it. And once that happens, right, throughout the week, throughout the months, and then years go by, it just becomes a part of what you do regularly. So you don't have a struggle with it. You will have a struggle with engaging in anything you want to pursue if, number one, you don't have overwhelming, strong reasons of why you want to do it. That's very important. A lot of times people engage in certain practices and habits is because their good friends are doing it. And that's okay to get you started, but it may not last that long because after a while it doesn't become that interested and it's not what you want to do. So if you have reasons of why you want to do it for good health, it's just something that you enjoy doing the practice, then from there you'll have a better chance to last a lot longer. The fact that I see most of you regularly now on the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's another way to maintain and keep going on your interest in doing something. Because now we have a community, right? I know that I got friends in Wisconsin doing it. I know I got friends in New York doing it. And then as a result, you just built this network of people around the world that you know are interested. And then from there, that community helps you continue to foster those reasons and the action that you need to take regularly. So motivation is, once you understand it, then it'll be a source of strength to have you to keep going doing something. But once you don't have it, anything that you pursue becomes very elusive. Just as fast as something you get excited to learn it, but just as fast in a short time, you could not be doing it. And that's okay too, because we all have different interests. But also know that, why we're doing IST is not so much that I push you, you push me. The whole idea is that we're doing this to foster good health. We're doing this to foster a way of living so that it gives us a good foundation to be healthy, for not just now, but then we have a soft landing into our 70s, 80s, and 90s. So for myself, that's a very strong reason of why I do IST. It doesn't require FRCT, right? A lot of things you engage in, you have to move fast. You have to jump very high. You have to, do something that normally you don't do regularly unless you engage in the activity. But with IST training, with meditation, walking, Tai Chi, stillness training, you don't have to jump 5 feet high. You don't have to extend your body to a certain point to try to do something really well. Those things are good, but there's going to be limitations as you get into your older age already. So with what we do now, you can do it for the rest of your life. So that for me is a very strong motivation. And we're constantly developing an area that most people don't develop. We're constantly developing an area that people overlook. We're constantly developing an area that people, because they overlook it, they realize that they never trained that part of who they are. And you can guess what I'm talking about, right? Your mind. Most people don't train their mind. They think by training their mind that they go on vacation, now they got to relax, their mind is clearer. They think about something that they have to get outside a third party type of intervention to get their mind to relax. those are all temporarily. What we do in IST, training the mind, is very, very a high priority. Because we're constantly training our mind, you have a much better chance that later on, when you get into your much older age, the daunting ideas of dementia, of Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer and all the things related to mind illness. What we're doing is training ourselves to at least give us a good chance that our mind remains active. Active means that it's clear. Active means that it's calm. Active means that we can do things with clarity as we get much older. So that for me is my motivation, because I'm not born any different than any one of you here. So as a result, I still need to do all the things that regular people do, right? So training in IST gives you that good understanding that at least those things, you'll have later on, and you can still do it. As a professional acrobat, my days are just about almost finished. You can't do certain things after a while, but I got something to fall back on, which is IST. For me, it's a very good transition. Imagine, as I get older and I don't have this, I always talk about, I used to get into that little barrel. I used to be able to do all these things. You start living in the past and you're not able to live in the present, because living in the past is what brings you comfort. Living in the past is what brings you conversations with people that gives you a certain self-worth. Those have very limitations. What are you doing now to take care of yourself? Are you taking regular medicine to just survive and live and subsist, right? Or is it better to say, I'm not taking no medicine. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have diabetes. My knees are working very well. I don't have lower back problem. And I can go sleep regularly. I don't have problems sleeping. So everything we do navigates us in those directions. That's my motivation of why I'm doing it. Because I know that the hard money that I make, I work very hard for, I'm going to enjoy it, right? I'm going to enjoy it in traveling. I'm going to enjoy it in giving away to the people I care about, the family. That's my motivation of why I do it. And it's very real. It's very obvious to me. So keep in mind of why you're doing this. What is your motivation? So that this way, 1 year from now, your motivation is even much more stable, much more stronger, much more mindful in why you're doing it. So this way, it doesn't become very elusive. You come in and out, and then, I'll see you once in a while, I don't see you. That's okay too, because this is a class that's optional for people to participate in. But if you have those, motivating reasons that's personal to you, then you'll be very diligent, and you'll be in the present moment, not talking about your past, not telling people what you're going to do in the future, but what you're doing right now. And you have that, then you'll find the strength day in, day out to maintain, to sustain the motivation to do IST and other things that you're engaging in to keep it going in that type of foundation. Okay? So that's on motivation. And I'll come back to it from time to time as it, helps to reinforce why we're doing this.